肩の荷は下りないこびりつく地層のようにライトかヘビーかい中そんな遠いもんな着物に対岸の価値なのにその身を削るほど姑息なる偽善者の思い込みディセルピーいっそ彼を伝え枝分かれ無重力状態いつか訪れ特別な瞬間浮遊してもまだ I gotta say むき出さいとへと駆け出す二頭へと孤独を悟る隙間は痛いけど何回だって知ったって何回だって立ち上がって上昇して落ちる速度には神をただ任せてるんだぜ
Well, okay then. Thank you, Twitch, for exploding my eardrums. I hope you guys didn't hear that too. It wasn't too loud. Hope you guys are having a good night. Sorry, I've been busy taking care of some business. But we're back, and we're ready to go ahead and finally finish this one up. Maybe not finish it up, but get there for sure. It's been an absolute ride so far, and it's probably only going to get more downhill from here. Where we left off last, of course, was the 0-0 unit was kind of a success at the cost of Kashiwagi and Izumi. We did blow up Sadogashima Island, though, but we lost the Susanoo in the process. An absolute we've won, but at what cost type moment. Yeah, so the operation was technically a success, right? But the damage under the Japanese coastline is far graver. I know it was kind of recommended, so I think I might speed up the process a little bit and just kind of respond to the text or note important things as opposed to reading everything out, as things get really hectic fast. No casualties, most of the land bases have been flooded though. I mean, that's to be expected. But if you guys want me to go back to just reading the full text, no problem doing that either. It's just all whatever's best on you guys. IJF is pulling the second line of defense back 20 kilometers. So, even so, getting rid of the Sadogashima Hive will give Japan some much needed relief. Now that we've no longer got an enemy base on our doorstep. You like full read? Okay, then that's one vote for full read. You're not going to be getting much of a break, though. In 2 weeks, you're going to be participating in Operation 20 on the Korean Peninsula. What? 2 weeks? We don't even have a Susanoo. I mean, Sumika's not even recovered. Oh, good God. You'll actually be infiltrating the hive this time around. We're infiltrating this time around? Does that mean Sumika managed to get some good info from her reading? Like, maybe where they store G elements or something? While your TSFs are being overhauled, we're going to go ahead and get you outfitted with S11s. S11s, the bomb's powerful enough to take out a hive's reactor, and the cornered surface spot's preferred mean of suicide. So we're going to be equipped with them, eh? You'll be able to resume live combat training in 4 days. Until then, make do with the simulators. That's all I have to say. Commander? Although the mission was onerous, you went above and beyond the call of duty. I'm proud of you all. Though I am nonetheless saddened at the losses of Asumi and Kashiwagi.
いすみ対柏木少尉両名が成した人類への貢献を鑑みれば本来2階級特進の上軍曹をもって迎えられるべきものだ
Given their contributions to humanity's victory, they deserve to be promoted 2 ranks and given a proper funeral.
我々オルタネイティブ計画に名を連ねる者にはそのいずれも許されない
But that luxury cannot be afforded to those who are closely affiliated with the alternative program.
公式には訓練中の事故死という記録が残されるのみだ
In all official records, their deaths will be listed as training accidents.
だが人類がベータに勝利した暁には必ずや歴史が諸君の挺身に光を当てるものと信じ
Nonetheless, I do believe that history will recognize you for your accomplishments once we've rid ourselves of the Beta Scourge.
人類はわずかずつではあるが確実に勝利に近づいているだが依然その道のりは長く険しい
While much work remains to be done, humanity is inching ever closer to victory, but the path ahead remains long and
これ
treacherous.
からも数々の難局が我々の行く手に待ち受けていること
A
だ
great many trials shall await us in the future.
だが神宮寺軍曹に鍛え上げられいすみ大尉の下で磨かれた諸君であればその難局も克服できるはずだ
As soldiers trained by Jinkuji and hardened under Asumi's command, I'm confident we'll be able to overcome everything in the
諸君
future,
のよ
though.
り一層の奮戦に期待する
I expect great things.
早瀬中尉
First Lieutenant Hayase.
本日ただいまをもって A01 部隊の指揮官に任命する
As of this moment, you are now promoted to commander of Unit A01.
貴様であればいすみ大尉も安心して任せられるだろう
Asumi will be able to rest easy knowing you're in
あり
charge.
がとうございます。
欠員の補充は次の作戦までには間に合わせるべく手配中だ
We are making arrangements to fill the vacancies in the squadron. We're all counting on
了
you.
解します。
以上だ
敬礼。後のことは任せるわね。
The 207 training corps has been disbanded. What the hell are they gonna get? Well, where the hell are we gonna get new recruits? Actually, maybe they'll start sending us ordinary soldiers from now on. Not like they need any more 00 unit candidates.
さて、正式に私が部隊長になったわけだけど、就任の挨拶代わりにあんたたちに言っておくことが
Well then, looks like I'm your new squad leader, fellas. Afraid I don't have an inaugural speech prepared, but I will say one thing.
大尉がいようがいまいが、イスミバルキリーズはイスミバルキリーズよ。
Whether the captain's here with us or she's not, we're still the Asumi Valkyries. You mean...
中隊名を変えるつもりなんてさらさらないからね。文句ある？
The name stays. Anyone got a problem with that?
よし。イスミ中隊隊旗斉唱。
Good, now recite the motto.
主力を尽くして任務に当たれ。
Carry out your duty at all costs.
せーのに大戦を進め。
Fight till your last breath.
決して居抜きにするな。
Make your death
大
count.
尉と柏木が命を懸けて貫いたバルキリーズ魂を忘れるな。
Don't forget the Valkyrie spirit our Captain and Kashiwagi embodied.
はい。じゃあ解散。今日ぐらいゆっくり休んで。
Dismiss. Take it easy for the rest of the day.
敬礼はいらないわよ。
No need to salute. She's right. We're the captain's subordinates, and that one thing's never gonna change, even if she's gone. Her teachings will live on forever. Even if history won't know her name, we will never forget it. That's why Hayase didn't want to change the name. She will keep her memory alive. That's what I think anyways. Well, I've been given permission to visit Sumika now. I hope her condition's stable. This will be the first time I've gotten to see her since we got back on base. Yeah, I know. It's only been a day, but after 2 deaths, it feels like it's been an eternity since I've seen her. Kasumi.
お帰りなさい。
Thank you. It's good to be home. For some reason, just seeing your face makes me feel better. I wonder why. See, I told you I'd make it out alive. You did. And I managed to bring Sumika home safe too, though I couldn't have done it without everyone's help. I know she doesn't look so good, but I was also told not to worry. Being in the midst of a real battle was just surreal. You know, the scale. There were so many beta, no matter how many we killed, they just kept coming. But we all did our best out there. Humanity didn't even back down. Though I guess it's hard to call it a decisive victory when we would take the hive and the rest of the island with us. But it is amazing, though. It is the first time humanity's ever taken out a hive. Oh, and I was totally fine, too. I didn't get cold feet. I didn't have a panic attack. Nothing. Not bad, eh? They threw me into the middle of a battle for the first time, and I kept my head. Hey, Kasumi? What's up with you being so quiet? Did something happen? What's up?
たくさん
You've
辛いことありましたね。
suffered terribly. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Can't really keep... Oh, not this song. Chomp. Can't really keep secrets from Kasumi, can I? I'm not sure why I even tried.
悲しいことたくさん我慢しましたね。
You've had to endure incredible grief. That's for sure, too.
ごめんなさい。
And I'm sorry. For?
私何もしてあげられませ
For
ん。
not being able to help.
私はた
ただ待っているだけ。
All I ever do is wait
誰の
around.
役にも立っていません。
I'm of no use to anyone. What do you mean no use to anyone? Did someone say that to
ス
you?
ミカさんがやっていることは本当は私がやらなければいけない。
Everything Sumika's doing should have been my job, but she talking about Alternative 3? It's okay, that's not your responsibility
ス
anymore.
ミカさんも光月博士もみんな辛い思いをしているのに私だけが。
Sumika, Kazuki, everyone else, they're all in so much pain, everyone but me. It's fine, Cosme, you don't need to worry. You shouldn't have to go out there. We can handle it fine without you, you know? To me and Sumika, just knowing that you'll be here to welcome us home, that's our huge source of motivation. You have no idea how reassuring it is for me and Yuko to have someone else around who knows exactly what we're going through. So please, please, don't be so hard on yourself. You can tell I'm being sincere here, can't you?
はい、
If you keep talking like that, you'll make Sumika sad too, you know?
ごめんなさい。
I'm sorry. Well, there's no need to apologize. I just want to set our record straight. It must be hard having to read everyone else's minds. I'm really sorry you have that ability. I'll be stronger. Did you visit Sumika already today?
いいえ、まだです。
Not yet. Okay, that's cool then. Let's see her together.
はい。
Thank goodness. She looks a lot better than what she did when we first returned to the base. Can you see anything?
いいえ、何も。
No. Does that mean she doesn't dream?
あ、
What?
目覚めます。
Nope, she's waking up. Sumika.
たけるちゃん。
Yeah, it's me. Cosme's here with us too.
スミカさん、おかえりなさい。
Sumika, welcome home.
かすみちゃん、帰ってきてくれて
Thank you for
ありがとうございます。
coming home. How are you feeling?
ちょっとだるい。
A little groggy. Yeah, gotcha. You should get some more rest then. I can't believe how much I treasure these simple conversations now. After everything I've been through, I've finally learned not to take little things in my life for
た
granted.
けるちゃん、
Hey, what's up?
たけるちゃんの声が
I
聞こえたよ。
could hear your voice. What?
海が見えて島に近づいたら
What?
たけるちゃんの声が聞こ
I
えた
could
よ。
see the ocean when I got to the island. I heard your voice. Oh, she's talking about when the Susanoo was making its approach. Oh, okay.
私
I knew where you were. Yeah, you did, huh?
でもたけるちゃんのところに行こうとしたらあいつらが
But when I tried to go see you,
邪魔しようと
those
したの。
things got in the way.
だから
Oh yeah, because she can control it with her mind.
邪魔
That's
するなって
right. I remember this
つけ
now.
たよ。
Hence why if she went rogue, humanity would be screwed. That was incredible though. You really saved all of us out there.
でもたけるちゃん私のこと
Bruh, was she...
好
Did...
きじゃなくなっちゃったんだよ。
Hold on. Give me a quick second. I have to do this for precaution. But then you stopped loving me. What are you talking about? I never stopped loving you. What's going on with her? Is she about to have another episode? No, you idiot. She was able to probably tell about your flashback that you had with Maya. Then why would you do that to me? Why would I do what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Bro, I don't want to get banned again. I don't know what to do anymore, huh? Okay, fine. I won't black it then.
たけるちゃんがいなくなっちゃうの。
That was just a preemptive measure.
もう
I don't
やだよ。
want to lose you again. What are you saying? I'm not going anywhere.
やだ。やだ。
Sumiko, look at me. You could read my mind. I do love you, and I will be with you forever. Don't you see? You mean it? Of course I do. Sorry, didn't mean to double tap.
よかった。
I think you're just tuckered out after fighting. Just give rest today, okay?
たけるちゃん手つないで。
Hold my hand. Yeah, sure thing.
あったかい。
You're warm. Yeah?
深い眠りに入り
And
ました。
she's fast asleep. I see. I did think she was acting strangely calm for someone who's just been in a massive battle, but I guess she's got a ways to go before being stable. And yet, we're gonna have to do this all over again. In 2 weeks' time. I really thought she was past having these
い
episodes.
いえ、スミカさんは混乱していません。
She is. That wasn't a panic attack. Wait, did you see something?
スミカさんは 白金さんが他の女の人を好きになったと思っていました。
That's the name of the game, right? Sumika thought you'd fall in love with another girl. She did.
そのことをとても
Bro, I swear to God, if that forking CG pops up again, I'm gonna be fuming. Why would she think that?
わかりません。
I wouldn't know. All Cosme can do is read and interpret images. She can't trace back Sumika's entire train of thought.
ごめんなさい。
No, it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. So, this is what I mean. She doesn't read thoughts as words, so when she saw those feelings of discontent, she jumped to conclusions. Can you explain what made it different?
イメージが読めるのは精神や思考が混乱していない証拠です。
The fact that I could perceive an image as all is proof she wasn't having a mental breakdown. So there was no haze of static that you mean?
はい。
But if her mind's more stable now, then where the heck would she get the notion I was with another girl? I'll ask Yuko about this. I'm gonna go talk to Yuko. Can you keep an eye on her for me? Thanks. If anything happens, you know where to find me. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks again. I'm not using Steam to launch it.
どうだった？顔を見て少しは安心した。
I bought it, or my buddy got it for me, I should rather say, directly from the producer back when Denpasoft still owned it. So there was no way to go ahead and uninstall it. It just came pre-installed. I tried to look through the launcher, I tried to look through the files, man, and there was nothing. All just because it's the original Denpasoft version. Not very cash money. So, yeah. We're gonna have to go ahead and deal with it. What, do you feel a little better now that you've seen her in person? Yeah, I do. Though I did notice one thing, though. I did notice one thing I want to ask you
何か
about.
反応があったの？
Did she have another strange reaction? It's gonna take me a while to explain, so tell me whatever you need to first.
わかった。じゃあ今後のことをざっと話して
Great, I'll make it quick.
さっきも言ったけど、2週間後に朝鮮半島の高20号目標を攻撃することになった。
As I mentioned earlier, we'll be conducting Operation 20 in 2 weeks. Well, that's a little soon, right? I mean, she hasn't even fully recovered yet?
高21号作戦は半分成功、半分失敗だから仕方がないわ。
Operation 21 was only a partial success, so I'm afraid we don't have much of a choice. How partial are we talking? Like, did we even manage to get the reading?
それはもうバッチリ。予想以上の大成果よ。
I know about that one, just because the buddy who set it up for me told me directly, whenever the screen says, I want to show you what they did to me, he said that I have to turn off the stream. Oh, but yeah, you bet we did. In fact, she got even more information than what we could have expected. What do you mean?
やっぱりベータは背部間で情報のやり取りをしていたわ。
We now know for certain that Beta exchanged info gathered from Hive to Hive, so then...
地球上に存在する全背部のスタブのマッピングデータや戦力の配置情報が手に入ったのよ。
We secured maps for every stab on and every hive in Earth, including which sectors the most forces are concentrated in. What?
もちろん、ベータ地球攻略の司令部である。
Including the
オリジナルハイブの
headquarters,
データもね。
the original hive. Unbelievable!
今、情報部がデータを解析中よ。1週間もあれば、もっと詳しい情報が手に入るわ。
We've got analytics working on it now as we speak. We should have more specifics regarding the implications of this in about a week. A whole week to analyze all of it? That's gonna be a metric ton of information. Sumika extracted it that fast?
ということで、背部間の情報伝達速度を考えれば、高20号標的の攻略は2週間以内がベスト。
But given the time it apparently takes, it's best to operate in 2 weeks. So we're gonna try and get another blow in before they catch on that whole humanity
今
thing.
度は敵の配置からスタブのマップ、戦力配備数も全て分かった上での話。今までの背部攻略戦とは質が違うわ。
This time around we got a whole floor pan of the entire hive and we're gonna be going in knowing the exact numbers and exact locations. It's different from any previous hive infiltration. But that makes sense. I understand, but the Susanoo is...
大丈夫よ。今整備用の部品をかき集め
Not a
て
problem.
大急ぎで組み立ててるわ。
We're scrambling to build a new one. What?
機体を維持するには交換パーツのストックが大量に必要でしょ。
You need a pretty big stockpile of parts in order to maintain machines of that size. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Still sucks we had to blow up the original, though. Of course, if they relay intel from one hive to the next, I guess we didn't have a choice. Letting them get their hands on that technology would have been a final nail in our coffin.
今度は大東亜連合との共同作戦になるわ。帝国軍は疲弊しすぎたからね。
This time it's a joint operation with Koshin. The IJF took way too many losses yesterday. Will the UN still be contributing a single fleet?
あるいはもっと少ないか。
Maybe even less. What?
国連本部の連中、 急に腰が重くなってね。
The guys at the UNHQ are getting cold feet. Not that I can blame them. Did something happen?
作戦の結果を見たオルタネイティブ5推進派がにわかに活気づいてるらしいのよ。
Apparently, the Alternative 5 supporters are back with vengeance after seeing the results of this operation yesterday.
高21号作戦は失敗しただの。G 弾を使ったのと同じ結果になっただの。
They're ranting about how Operation 21 was a failure, that dropping G-bomb would have just done the same thing. I had a feeling. As much as I hate to admit it, I did catch myself thinking we could have minimized casualties if we just used ranged bombs instead. But the reading was the real objective, so it wasn't a bust.
そんなもの連中に教えるわけないでしょ。
Of course, but we can't spill that detail now, can we? Why not? Does she want it to look like a failure?
オルタネイティブ5推進派の残党をあぶり出すために決まってるじゃん。
I'm just trying to smoke out the last of the Alternative 5 supporters.
今騒いでる連中がまさにそれ。次でとどめを刺すわ。
Like the ones making a scene? We're setting them up so we could deal the final blow.
今回入手したデータを使ってスマートにハイブを制圧してみせるのよ。
The plan is to use the data we just got to make a short work of the next hive.
そしてそのタイミングで全世界のハイブに関するデータを
And then we'll announce we have hive information of every hive in the planet.
高21号作戦が完璧な形で終わっていれば
Provided Operation 21 had gone out without a hitch, I would have probably announced it today. So she's waiting to give up hive intel to show off 00 unit's effectiveness until we've achieved a decisive victory that no one could argue with. That way, it will just cut naysayers down to
佐
size.
渡島の消滅を見てやはり G 弾は絶対に使うべきではないっていう連中も確実に増えている。
To be sure, though, there are also plenty of people who saw that what we did at Sadogashima is further evidence of why we shouldn't use G-bombs at all.
そこに畳みかけることで戦力温存主義の国連軍に本腰を入れさせるのよ。その次の作戦のため
We're going to use that as leverage to make the UN forces really commit to the next operation down the line. They're kind of stingy with their resources. As in, the next one for Operation 20? There's another plan in the works?
ええ、安保理の承認は高21号作戦の前に取り付けてあるわ。世界各国で準備はもう始まった。
There is. The Security Council signed off on it before even Operation 21. Preparations are made for it. All around the world? Are we going to attempt to take back the Asian mainland or what? I always figured it was a pipe dream, a last-ditch effort if we'd only switched to Alternative 5. Is it really possible to launch an attack without dropping G-bombs?
いいえ。オリジナルハイブを叩く。
No, that mission is straight for the original hive. You want to invade the original hive?
そうよ。ベータ地球攻略の中枢、高1号目標を壊滅させるのよ。
Oh, that's Operation Cherry Blossom, isn't it? That's right, we're gonna annihilate Target 1. Wait, that means humanity's victory could be at hand. I thought we were years from this.
喜ぶのは早いわ。作戦の準備が始まっているとは
Don't get
中
excited.
止することなく
Just because we're making plans doesn't mean it's a done deal. I get
オリジ
that.
ナルハイブ攻略を実行に移すためにも次の作戦はスポンサーサービスの面でも成功させなきゃならないの。
Right now, we just need to make this next operation a huge success, keep the supporters happy, and we'll ensure that we get a crack at the original hive operation.
それまでに00ユニットの調律を次の段階へ進める必
By
要
that time that begins, we'll need to have the 00 unit tuned perfectly. Okay, I'm clear on that, but what's going on with Sumika right now? She's in a lot of pain when I talk to
心
her.
配なのはわかるけど彼女のメンテナンスはこっちが専門
It's understandable that you're worried, but trust me, I'm the expert. Let me handle it, alright? Handle it how? As far as I can tell, there's no way she'll be ready for another mission in 2 weeks. You said so yourself, and we can't afford to mess this one up, so excuse me for being a little concerned.
はいはいわかったから
Alright, I'll
こんな
talk.
顔しない
Quit making that face. I was already feeling emotional after what happened to Captain Asumi and Kashiwagi, so when she said that victory might be within our grasp, I guess I just lost my cool.
彼女の状態だけど安心していいよ。逆にバイタルは作戦前より安定している。
Don't worry about her. In fact, her vital signs are actually more stable than what they were before the operation. More stable? How is that possible? Kasumi was saying she'd improved too, but I don't get why.
それはこっちが聞きたいぐらいよ。まあ、あんたの努力の賜物じゃない。
I'd like to know that myself, but you deserve credit for this one. So you don't even know? Some expert you
それ
are.
はごもっとも。でも、わからないんだからしょうがないわ。
Touche, but I'm afraid I just don't have the answer. So we still don't know why the Susanoo crashed.
わかってる範囲でよければ話すけど、結論はまだよ。
I mean, I can tell you what we do know, but no, there's no conclusion. Well, I'd appreciate
わ
that.
かりやすく話すの。結構
This
面
is
倒
gonna
な
be a
の
pain
ね。
to dumb down, but
00ユニットの頭蓋内はあらゆる観測から量子電動能を隔離するために ODL という液体
Sumika's cranium is filled with a fluid called ODL. It isolates her quantum conductive brain from outside
これに
surveillance.
は 冷却剤としての役割
So she can't get hacked.
彼女の疑似体温は ODL が全身を循環してい
It
る
also functions as a coolant. This body heat she emanates from the heated ODL circulating through her body.
ODL は量子電動脳の稼働率や時間経
The ODL slowly degrades over time, faster when the quantum conductor brings firing on all cylinders, so it needs to be replaced or purified once every 72 hours. So that's why I made sure I had to bring back Sumiko every 2 days. She only needs to be refueled every 3 days, but since I didn't want to take risks. Understandable.
00ユニットの体内にも簡単な浄化システムはあるけど、あくまで緊急時の時間稼ぎレベルで
There's a simple purification system inside the 00 unit, but all I could do is buy a little more time.
完全な浄化には専用の設備が必要なのよ。ODL を血液に
A complete purification requires specialized equipment, like a dialysis machine, but for ODL. So, what happens after 72 hours?
よくて機能停止。悪くすれば再起動しても人格と記憶の再現はできなくなる。
After 72 hours, best case, she'd stop functioning. Worst case, she'd lose everything that made her human, her personality, and her memories.
つまり00ユニットである意義を失い、人の形をした
So she wouldn't be used. She'd be nothing more than a human computer. I can't get upset about this, that's just the way it is, but now that she's a 00 unit...
で、今回のトラブルなんだけど、直接的な原因は ODL の異常劣化に。
Those are the basics. As for what happened the other day, all we know is that there was abnormal ODL degradation.
出撃前に
Abnormal?
浄化したっていうのに、すごいことになっていたわ。
We purified it right before she got sent out, but but she was completely spent by the time she got back. She's supposed to last for 3 days. Why didn't she even last half?
あんたが基地に連れ帰ってからついさっきまで浄化処置をしていたのよ。
After you got back to the base, we immediately hooked her up to the purification device and only took her off a little while ago. So that's why they wouldn't let me see her. She was probably in there for a while. But we still don't know why it degraded then, I take it.
そうね。最初に10レーザー級数体のレーザーを防御したことなんかも影響しているかもしれない。
Not yet. One hypothesis is that the process was accelerated due to the added strain of defending herself.
前にも言ったわね。XG70 そのものが00ユニットの体のようにな
I
る。
told you before that the XG70 is like an extension of her body, right? Yeah.
エンジンの出力が上がってグレイ11の消費が高まれば当然00ユニットには制御負荷がかかるでしょう。
So when we had to crank up the engine and consume a lot more Gray 11, it stands to reason that it would put additional strain on the 00
それに
unit.
続いて家電粒子法とムアコックレヒテ機関を制御してリーディングしてという具合に過剰な負荷が原因なのかな。
On top of that, she had to control the Moorcock Elect drive, fire the charged particle cannon, and conduct a reading on the hive. It might have just been too much for her to handle. Yeah, I can't even imagine how hard it must have been to get all that way into info while trying to maintain control of other
わ
systems.
かりやすく例えるとものすごく複雑な動きとルールのスポーツでいきなり試合に出されて頭も体もペタペタって感じが
Maybe if like someone had just told you the rules and techniques of a sport, and then you suddenly forced you to compete, you'd be overloaded. She couldn't think of any particular complex sports to make that metaphor simpler. Well, I guess that's a luxury to those luxury that many can't afford here. So the more complex processing Sumiko has to do, the faster the ODL degrades and the less time before her body shuts down. Then, right?
そうね。
Right. Then we almost lost her yesterday.
可能性としてはゼロじゃないけどそんな一か八かみたいなのね。
There was a small chance yesterday, yeah, but you know I never put her at risk.
XG70 本体にも簡易型の浄化装置は搭載されているのよ。
The XG70 has a basic purifier on board too. Right. Not that there's a reasonable precaution to take. Not like the Susano's cockpit is strapped for
微妙な
space.
場合何がしかの要因によって ODL の劣化が急激に早まって浄化装置の処理能力が追いつかない。
But yesterday something caused the ODL to degrade so quickly the purifier didn't keep
そ
up.
の結果フェイルセーフが作動して00ユニットが自閉モードに切り替わった。
As a result, the internal failsafe activated and the 00 unit went into safe mode. That's why it wasn't a problem. An internal failsafe? The safe mode thing?
そうよ。自閉モードの低稼働状態なら体内の浄化装置だけでも最大200時間は稼げるわ。
Right. Safe mode keeps the brain operating at its lower capacity. You can buy up to 200 hours of time. So Sumiko wasn't unconscious for her own
そう
safety?
よ。言ってなかった？
Yeah, I told you that. No, you said it wouldn't be life-threatening.
そっちの心配をしていたの？自閉モードで通用してると思って
Were you worried about that? Sorry, I guess I could have called it safe mode would have made it obvious. What is wrong with this woman? If she would have explained that from the get-go, I wouldn't have freaked
言
out.
葉が足りなくてごめんなさいね。
Maybe I could have been more clear. There's no point in blaming her. She's like this in every world. It's my fault for not being able to keep up with her. So basically, the reason why Sumiko was struggling isn't directly related to the reason she fainted. Went in safe mode, I mean.
そういう
So that's why Sensei only took a brief glance at the data. If that's the case, I guess it's not that weird that she's more stable now than she was before. She's been improving more and more as each day goes on.
記録を調べる限り 機体も00ユニット自体にも
But from what we could tell, there was nothing wrong with the Susanoo or her at all.
機体制御や戦闘システム制御とリーディングの両立が過不可なのかしら。
I just wonder if piloting, reading, and operating the combat systems would have overloaded her to that point,
理
though.
論値ではその程度のマルチタスクでどうこうなるはずないんだけど。
Theoretically speaking, she should have had no problem multitasking. Maybe some alternative 5 supporters tried to sabotage
一応
us?
その線も洗ったけど何も出てこなかったわ。
I checked to see if that would be the case, but nothing suggested it. So, no, we have no clue then what caused it.
まあ彼女の人格や精神が完全ではないことが大きな原因の一つではあ
I
る
mean, it probably has to do a lot with the fact that she's still in the process of developing her identity and her psyche, but I doubt that's the only reason. Seems like now would be have a good time to ask. There was something I could ask you
あ
then.
あさっき言いかけてたこと
So you mentioned earlier. She said that once I got to the island, she could tell where I was.
まあそのくらいは当然ね。まさかそれで
Yeah,
終わ
of
り
course she can. I mean, there's more to your question, right? Right, there is. After she mentioned firing the particle cannon, she said weird stuff. Apparently, like, she thought I'd stop loving her. I figured she might be having another one of those episodes, but Cosme said it was different.
ヤシロはなんだ
And what'd she say? She says Sumiko was convinced I'd fallen in love with another girl. And the fact was that she could still read something from her was proof she wasn't having an
な
episode.
るほど。それだけ
Was that all? Yeah.
今は落ち着いたの
She calmed down? Yeah, I mean, she must have read my emotions, and I'm assuming that it cleared up the misunderstanding. Any idea what would have
彼女
happened?
は戦域に突入してからずっとあんたを観測していた。
Forgive
そうよ
me.
ね
She was observing you the entire time on the battlefield, right? I guess you could say that. So she envisioned you would be with another girl then. You think it could have been someone in my unit? Like I was worrying about someone else's safety? How is this guy going full Obunga? Do you have a crush on anyone in your unit? No! I do care a lot more about them as comrade in arms, but you think I could have mistaken that for feeling something else?
I'm
gonna turn that on. There's nothing going on. It's possible that there was nothing hampering her reading abilities at the time, so it's hard to imagine her misunderstandings were drastic. Let's see here. Was I thinking anything?
あんたはその時何を考えていたのか
Yeah, it
覚えて
is.
ないの
Do you remember what kind of thoughts you were having? I was trying to pick up my jaw off the floor after seeing the cannon. That's one image.
それだけもっと詳しく思い出して
What else did you imagine? Yeah. Okay. It took one shot. It took one shot in the blast.
XT70 はオルタネイティブ計画内部でウェポン私たちが X
All right, so this is just gonna be a flashback scene. Yes. I will not get banned
何か分かっ
today.
たのね
I have skipped the H scene. Rejoice. So you have an idea. I do actually. Sumiko must have picked up that image that flashed into my brain. That other girl that made her freak out was Maya. I know what happened.
説明してちょうだい
Let's see here. So this is the same one that keeps popping up. So you know, remember how I told you my memories from the previous timelines are far few and far in between?
今さら何あんたが時間をループするたびに虚数空間にばらまいてるのよ
We've been over
So
this.
did-
Every time you loop, some of the memories get scattered across the multiverse. What about it? Oh, jeez. I don't even know how to broach this. Like, if I don't frame it carelessly, she's gonna think I'm having a weird sexual fantasy. For whatever reason, I sometimes get these random images that flash in my head. Maybe latent memories, maybe daydreams. I don't know what causes them, but they're there.
それで
And, well, for one, they feel completely different from the memories that came flooding back to me when I was saw Sumika. So, I don't know if it's actually a memory or a daydream.
それは分かったから
You said this. Well, it was just an image of me and Mia, Mitsurugi, Look, just to be clear, I have no recollection of whatever happened, but,
何よはっきりしないわね言いにくい
Can you
こと
spit it out already? Basically, Mitsurugi and I were given who Mei is in this world. I kind of feel like I should be arrested for crimes.
ああそういうこと綺麗に言えば大人の関係になったの
We will put this in family-friendly terms. You were telling me you were in an intimate relationship?
大
Right.
人の関係になってそれなりの行為をしている場面
So,
が
on the
思い浮かべた
battlefield, an adult encounter with her flashed in your head. Basically, yeah, it just popped into my head and it was unbelievably vivid.
あんたも余裕あるわね あんな時にそんなこと考えて
You're
た
a
の？
piece of work. I can't believe you think about that on the battlefield. Why do you think I was so hesitant to admit it? Look, anyway, seeing that big cloud of smoke reminded me of when Mount Tang erupted.
ああ、吹雪を2機も失ったって。
You told me that when you lost 2 Fubukis, right? Right. And once we cut down the rock, I remember getting trapped in the Mayo with cockpit, and
な
yeah.
るほど。思い出話はその辺でいいわ。
Okay, well that's enough reminiscing for now. I wouldn't say I'm being reminisced wistfully here, but
前
okay.
のこの世界で三剣とあんたがどういう関係だったかは
I'm pretty sure it's probably done
そ
by
の手
now.
のことを思い浮かべてたわけね。
Let's not worry too much about the nature of your relationship with Mitsurugi. The point is, you had a vision of yourself having intimate relations with her. Was that really a memory, or was I just having a dirty
と
daydream?
にかくそれが ODL の異常劣化の原因である可能性が高いわ。
In that case, I can safely assume that's what caused the abnormal ODL degradation. But, like, do you think it really would have affected her that bad?
あんた本気で人を好きになったこ
Takaru,
と
have you
ない
ever
じゃない
been in love? What?
かわいそうに。ままごとみたいな恋愛しか
You
経
poor
験ない
dear.
の
You've
ね。
only ever had cute little teenage flings or something? No, that's none of your business.
あのね、愛情は人間の持つ感情の中で最もネガティブな行動
Of all
に結
human
びつきや
emotion,
すい
love
の
is the
よ。
one that's most likely to compel someone to act
捨てられて
rashly.
自殺したり、相手を刺し殺したり、恋愛が殺人に発展するケースは珍しくないでしょ。
Plenty of people have killed themselves with their partners in wake of a nasty breakup. Crimes of passion aren't unusual. Sure, I'll give you that, but that's extreme.
そこまでじゃなくても、恋人と別れた後、落ち込んで何にも手
Even
に
if
つ
we
かなくな
ignore
るケー
those
スなんて
outliers, it's very common for people to grow hopelessly depressed and despondent after falling out of love with their lover, right?
お
Okay.
そらく彼女が抱いているベータへの憎悪と嫉妬が拮抗した結果、オーバーフローを起こしたのね。
My guess is her hatred for the beta and jealousy of Mitsurugi caused it to overload. So you think my thoughts are what caused the Susanoo to...
まあ、そういう考え方
It
も
would
ある
make
わね。
sense, wouldn't it? So it's my fault that Kashiwagi and Captain Asumi are
そこまで。
dead. Stop it.
何？
Okay.
また逃げ出す前の
We're
うじう
done
じ
now.
くんに
There's
逆
no
戻
way
り
it。flashes again. I would be fuming. You're not regressing already, are you? No, but
結果を出せば救われる世界があるなら、細かい感情にその都度向き合うのはやめるって言ってなか
how
っ
do you
た？
expect to do your job and save the world if you're getting emotional about every little detail?
あんたにしかできないことをすべて終わらせてから盛大に泣きわめ
You
く
even
と
said
か
inspirational
かっこいい
junk
こと
about how you
言っ
wouldn't
てたわ
cry
ね。
until you were done. And I won't, but
素晴らしいことじゃない。あんたは短期間でとんでもない成果を上げ
and
たのよ。
this is fantastic news. You've produced incredible results. What?
つまり00ユニットは恋愛感情で嫉妬するまでの人間らしさを
All
獲
this
得
does
し
is
たの。
prove that because of you, the 00 unit is now human enough to feel jealousy.
あんたはたった10日足らずで00ユニットをそこまで調律したん
You
じゃな
tuned
い。
the 00 unit well enough to make that happen in 10 days.
その結果、あんたが望む人類の勝利はもう絵空
And
事
as a
じゃな
direct
くなった
result,
の
your
よ。
dream of mankind triumph of the beta is closer to becoming a reality.
なるほど。そういうことだったのね。だからそこまで
That's how
精
she
密
was
な
able to
リー
get
ディング
such a
ができたんだ
detailed
わ。
reading. Sensei seems elated, but according to Cosme, she's suffering. Or was that a misread from her too?
何をしけた顔して。あんたの手柄なのよ。
Why the long face? You
もっと
made
嬉し
this
そうに
happen.
しなさいよ。
Celebrate.
彼女が人間らしくなることはあんたにとっても喜ばしい
Should
こと
be
で
happy
しょ
she's human. If I hadn't let that one stupid thought into my mind, Operation 21 would have been a success. Kashiwagi and Asumi wouldn't have had to die. Hell no, I'm not going to celebrate. They died yesterday. I'm not the kind of person who could just switch my emotions off.
じゃあ聞くけど、あんたがそれを思い浮かべなかったら、
So let me ask you this. Do you think everyone would still be alive if you hadn't had that thought? How am I supposed to
じ
know?
ゃあ自分が原因かもしれないから嫌なんだ。
So you're upset because you might have been the cause? You never change. I have changed. I'm not running anymore. I'm the one who killed Marimo, and I hurt Sumika in the other world, and I'm responsible for the death of Jinkuji and countless others in this world. And whether she's just a brain or not, I was directly involved in the murder of this world's Sumika too. I'm not going to pretend I don't have a hand in any of this. But I'm not like you. I can't just move past the tragedy that happened yesterday. You're the one who told me I shouldn't throw away my emotions. Can I even have just one day to mourn the loss of my comrades? I'm acting normal on every other front.
あんたがそれを思い浮かべず、イスミたちが死ななかった。
If you hadn't had that thought and assuming Kashiwagi survived,
死んでたのはあんただったかもしれない
it's
ね。
possible you would have died too. Or instead. I mean, yeah, anything's
あん
possible.
たを起点に無限に分岐するはずの確率軸が閉じてしま
You're
う。
stuck in a space-time loop that prevents the world from branching out, remember?
あんたはこの世界で死んだらまた時間遡って
If you were to die in this
10
world,
月から
you'll go
やり直
back
しな
to
んだよ。
October. Again. I know.
次のやり直しが 今回より絶対にうまくいく保証
And
は
we
ない
have
の
no guarantee that things will go well next time. I'm not hoping for another reset. I have to settle this now before this world's casualty completely overwrites the other timeline and kills everyone. But she does have a point. Even if I handle all these events perfectly by utilizing memories from this time, I'd probably accelerate certain things in unpredictable ways, with consequences unimaginable. There's no way to know whether I could adapt to these outcomes. I might end up getting even more people killed. It's not like I retained any memories from people of my own dying in my last loop. I can't even remember my own death, so obviously I can't expect myself to present events, but that's not it either. If I had known all those people were going to die during the XM3 trials, would I have been able to tell Sensei about the beta surfacing at Niigata? Would I have been able to stand back and let people die for the good of Alternative 4? As long as I'm supporting Alternative 4, there's one crime I can never avoid. No matter how many times I loop back around, I have to let Sumiko die, so she could become the 00
前に
unit.
話したわね。00ユニットの組対候補者に最も求めら
I
れる
told you before what the
適性
qualities were when looking for the 00 unit, I remember.
その程度の任務で死ぬような因果を持った人間に人類の未来は任せられないのよ。運とか言われてるものを因果律量子論的に言えば、各個人に先天的に備わっているより良い確率分岐する未来を引き寄せる能力に他ならない。それは平行世界から漏れ出す情報を大脳の未使用領域で受け取り、無意識のうちに的確な行動を選択して正解である世界を選び取る能力なのよ。
You did.
今私たちが生きている時間は00ユニットの組対候補者だったイスミが選び得た最良の未来なのよ。
Well, assuming he wasn't one of the candidates, and what we're living in right now is the best possible future.
偶然命を落としたわけじゃなく、イスミが自らの死を選択
It's
する
not a
こと
simple
で
matter of
この
chance.
世界を
Assuming
今の
consciously
状態
chose
に
to
したの
die.
日本を救ったとかどうとか、イスミの死はね、あんたが考えてるようなちっぽけなものじゃないの。
Or she
勘違い
didn't
しない。
sacrifice herself to protect Japan or whatever childish reason you came up with. Her death was far more meaningful. This is the best possible future then. Okay then. Even if I retry this 1,000 times, I'll just end up watching people die. So I might as well make this the last
表に出さなくたって、
loop.
ヤシロも彼女もあんたの気持ちが見えてしまうのは分かってるんでしょ。
You know how Yashiro and Kagami can sense how you feel? Okay. I just heard Crossme's feelings a little while ago,
前に
actually.
も言ったわね。これはガキにはできない仕事だ。
I said it before and I'll say it again. This is a job for a man, not a snot-nosed kid.
ここのところのあんたは確実に精神的な成長を見せてい
You've
る。
already gotten a lot more mature, I'll admit. Just don't think that means you could stop growing.
人様なら許されるちょっとした甘いやささやかな自分への褒美に
Other people might be able to get away with showing a little weakness, but we don't have luxury. Sorry, you're right, I was being stupid. I'm gonna finish things this time around no matter what, not that that wasn't the plan. I'm gonna break out of this senseless space-time loop before it ever happens again. That's good. On that note, I want to ask you something, which is, I need your assistance with... If I ever find out what made me a casualty conductor, I need your help. Once I find and eliminate that, I could save every world. I don't care if I can get back to my own world. As long as I can fix it, that's good enough for me.
ずいぶん信用してもらってるみたいだけど、いいの？
You're putting an awful lot of faith in me. You sure that's a good idea?
私は最後まであんたに本当のこと
I
を
might
言わ
not
ない
ever
かも
tell
し
you
れ
the
ない
whole
のよ。
truth. It doesn't matter to me. I've made up my mind. Just help me get rid of whatever it is that made me a casualty
わかった。
conductor, okay?
あんたが死んだらやり直しなんて世界。どっちみちどうにかしなき
I
ゃ
mean,
な
I
ら
have
な
to
い
get
の
us
よ。
out of the space-time loop anyways, right? Thank you.
いいのよ。こっちはこっちで勝手に動くか
Save it.
ら
I'm only acting in my best interest. Well, I still
成
appreciate
果を
it.
出してからきちんと要求を言う。本当に一
It
発
seems
の
you
男
finally
っぽく
learned
なって
not
き
to
たじゃ
ask for anything until you've earned it. Guess you really are starting to man up a little. I wouldn't go that far. You saw the way I was whining just
じ
now.
ゃあまたしてもお互いの利害が一致したところで現状の対処に戻りましょう。
Anyways, now that we've reaffirmed our common interests, back to the matter at hand.
まず異常劣化の原因は彼女の嫉妬と見てほぼ
It's safe to
間違
assume
いない。
jealousy was the reason the ODL degraded. If Sensei's that positive about it, then I guess it means that all of her other functions were working.
彼女がこれ以上白金のイメージを拾っておかしくならないようにす
So
る
the
ことが
first thing we
先
should do
決
is make sure she doesn't read anything like that from you again. Good.
彼女があんたをリーディングできないようにし
So
ま
we
し
can
ょう
make it till she can't read your thoughts anymore. Well, right, with the ribbon?
ここまで安定していれば逆にその方がいいでしょう。他人の心が見えてしまうこと
That's
は
probably for the
決
best
して幸
anyway,
福
given
な
how
こと
much
ではない
progress
し
she's
ね。
made. It's not always a good thing to read other people's minds. Whether that image was real or not, the fact of the matter is that it freaked her out. This is the only way to prevent that happening again. Of course, not being able to show her how I really feel is going to present its own set of difficulties.
ついでに白金の周囲にいる人物も片っ
While
端
we're
から
at
リ
it,
ーディ
let's
ング
make
制
it so
限
she
に加
can't
え
read
る
from
わ。
anyone you interact with either. Why?
あんたがそうしたようにミツルギたちだって妄想
What
す
if
るかもしれな
Mitsurugi
い
and
で
the
しょ。
others have a similar fantasy? I don't
わ
know.
かんないわよ。恋愛感情はともかくあの子たちだって女だから
You
ね。
never know. I'm not suggesting they're in love with you, but women have primal urges too. She's right, and I can't deny the possibility given what popped into my head. Sumiko can't read that sort of thing from anyone, or could. As long as there's the slightest chance Maya could imagine something similar, would be screwed.
ま、冗談はさておき、あんたを通じてあっちの世界からの記憶が流入
Silliness
している
aside, we
可能
also
性も
can't ignore
無
the
視できな
fact
い
that the memories from the other world leaked into this one. Good
本
point.
人がその記憶を自覚してなくても彼女が拾ってし
So
まう
she
場合
might
が
pick
あ
up
る
on
から
them
ね。
even if the recipient doesn't have them. That's far more likely. She could easily misunderstand things if she saw May living under my roof, or me in class rep getting into
ど
a
うせリーディ
serious
ング
talk.
制限するならこの機会に彼女を舞台に配属しましょう。
You know, if we're gonna take the time to block off her
血
thoughts from her, we
ちょうどいい。
might as well just add her to the unit while we're at it. What? Sumika, you want in our squadron?
調律の次の段階としては最適じゃない。あんたの周囲に女がいる環境に彼女を慣れさせるの。
It should be an excellent chance to get her tuning to the next level. It's a good way of you to get the idea of you being around other girls. I mean, maybe, but are you sure that's a good idea?
What?
Why? If she reacted that badly to a sudden flashback, what if it got worse?
だから何が
Why would it? She's already seen that image of me and Maya, right? Man, why does it keep popping up? So if she were to meet Maya in
あ
person,
んたが誤解だって分から
I
せ
thought
た
you
んで
already
しょ。
cleared it. I did, but we can't just prevent her from reading minds.
あんたってほんと女心が分
You
かって
really
ない
don't
わ
understand women, do
ね。
you? What?
常に観測することで白金を身近に感じていたのにそれが急にでき
Her
なくな
ability
る
to keep
の
an
よ。
eye on your thoughts from afar is what made her feel close to you. But we're gonna take that ability away from her.
心がすべて見えていたからこそ安心できた部分があるん
Wouldn't
じ
you
ゃない
think the
かしら。
ability to sense exactly how you felt was a huge source of comfort?
彼女の精神に与える影響を考えれば物理的な距離を縮めることでバランスを取
Considering
ら
the
ざるを得ないじ
psychological
ゃん。
effects a sudden change might have on her, we'll have to bring the two of you together physically to compensate. I guess that makes sense.
それにもう一つ重大な予防
This will
効果
help
が
to
期待
prevent
で
one
きる。
other potentially catastrophic issue, which
仮
is...
にどんな物好きが舞台にいたとしても白金と彼女の仲睦まじい姿を見せつけておけばさすがに自重するでしょ。
Assuming any of the girls in your unit do have awful taste and like you, we could at least ensure that none of them will try to make a move if you're close to Kasumi. Awful taste? Sheesh, you don't need to be rude.
何よ。そうなったとしても
What? You're not hoping they'd like you,
あんたが困る
do
理由は
you?
特に
Oh, of course, and I already told you I don't feel that way about them.
まあ舞台配属は今日明日ぐらいの様子を見てからだけど
Well, we should probably keep an eye on her, but in any case,
その前に白金が彼女とやっちゃえばいい
you
の。
need to take your relationship to the next level. What the hell? What?
何って彼女を一時的にでも安心させるため
You
の
can't
合理
tell.
的な
I'm
解決
suggesting
策
there's a
を
very
提示
surefire way to set her mind at ease. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
嫌なの？作り物に感情移入できるあんたなら十分やれそうだと
not
思ったんだけ
interested?
ど
I don't think it would be an issue given that you feel the same way about her as you did in the real deal. That's not what I'm saying. It's not like you would have equipped her with such a pointless functionality such as dating, right?
無駄な機能あんたね人の
Oh,
話
shoot. I'm
ちゃん
legit
と聞いて
talking
た？
right into it. It may be... Oh, that's why. It sounds low just because of my settings were all jacked up. That's my fault. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and turn everything up, actually. This should now be pretty close to what it usually is. Pointless? You can't be serious. Haven't you been listening to me? I mean, I have, but
00ユニットに移植された人格の人間性を維
thank
持
you
す
for
る
letting
た
me
めに
know.
どんな努力がなされているかって話。
Don't you remember what
覚え
great
てないの？
lengths we would do to ensure... By the way, I think the scene's done. Don't you remember what great lengths we went to ensure that nothing of her would be broken?
00ユニットがあの姿形をしていることにはちゃんと
あんなに柔らかく体温まで再現する意味はないじゃないですか。
人間にとって自分の容姿は最も根源的なアイデンティティなのよ。存在するべき器官がなくなると脳の生理バランスが崩れ精神崩壊を起こし最終的には人間だった部分は死んでしまうのよ。00ユニットに外見だけじゃなく人間と寸分たがわない疑似器官や生体機能を与えられているのはそういう理由。性欲は三大本能の一つでそれに関連する機能や器官は人間性を維持する上で最
Sexual
も重
desire
要
is
な
one
も
of
のな
three
んだけ
basic
ど
primal instincts fundamental to humans. It's critically important that we equip her with hormones. I guess I forgot. Same reason why they make it so she eats food she could taste.
さすがに子供を作ることはできないけどね。
She can bear any... Not to imply she could have kids, but...
バイタルデータをモニターされているのが恥ずかしいの？気にしなければ
What?
大丈夫よ。
Embarrassed I'll be reading her
残るのは
vitals?
数値だけだし。
And all I see are numbers. That's not it. It's just, it's really critical that I get that close to her.
これは男の仕事だって言ったでしょ。そういうこともひっくるめて言
I
ったつも
told you
り
it's
だ
a
けど。
man's job.
まあ無理にやれって言ってるわけじゃない
Well,
か
no, you
ら。
don't have to.
彼女にとって必要だと判断した
But
ら
if you think it
そうし
might
な
help,
さい。
then go for it. Okay.
じゃあ早速取り掛かるわ。リーディング制限の準備が整い次
Alright,
第、
well then. I
彼女
suppose
を
I'll
部
get
隊
back to
配
work.
属
I'll
するか
assign
ら
her to your unit after I'm done. Okay.
彼女の面倒や周囲のフォロ
Make
ー
her feel
よ
welcome.
ろしくね。
Will do. I'm honestly shocked that Sumiko would get that messed up sense of weird fantasy. I get what love can do to a person, but it was extreme reaction. Sumiko's still probably not able to think logically about people's relationships, so that's probably why it affected her so badly. It's like what Yuko and Kasumi said. Her personality might be stabilizing, but there are parts of it that aren't fully developed. We can't know for certain until she's fully recovered, but is it really safe to let her meet the rest of the unit? It should be fun when we restrict her reading abilities, but I'm still nervous. I can't just sit around worrying about it, though. We can't afford to screw this up this next mission. After that, we're going straight for the original hive. If we destroy that enemy's HQ, victory will be in our grasp. This is the future Captain gave her life to realize, and I'm not going to let it go to waste.
タケル、偉いよ。よく無事で帰ってきたね。
Good job on coming back. Kiyozuka, it's so great to see you.
あんた偉いよ。無事で帰ってくるのが一番
You know,
偉
you
いん
really
だ
are
よ。
something else. You ain't even got a scratch on you. Not a scratch on me, eh? Pretty sure she said the same sort of thing when I came back from the other world. It's like she's always here to welcome me back whenever I return from any journey, no matter how perilous. It does make me feel at home.
夕ご飯まだだろ。サービスするからいっぱい食べていき
You ain't
な。
got your supper yet, right? Here's your lucky day. I got extra helping. Sweet, thanks. Where are the others?
当たり前だよ。とっくに食べ終わって、マリモちゃんのところ
Well,
に
they came
報
by
告
already.
に行
They
って
ate
よ。
up and went to go see Marimo. She must be thinking about the hunk of metal, the grave. I'll head myself later,
で
though.
もその前に腹ごしらえしときな。
But you gotta eat, you gotta fill up that belly of yours.
Haruko-chan
You
の分も食べてやるん
need
だよ。
True and Haruko's portions, too.
あの
Kizuko.
子たちは本当によく食べたからね。いつもサービスしてやったもんさ。
Can't, what the hell? Still can't? Why is this happening? I'm legit speaking directly into the mic, like closest that I've ever had before. The music's too loud. Those two were eating machines, I tell you, give them all the extra time. Miss Kizuka's seen hundreds of surface pilots off into battle, and yet here to welcome back those who survived and mourn those who didn't. After several years, she's probably stronger than any surface pilot out here. I'm sure she's grieving just as much of us.
あれ白金今から食事
What, you're just here to have dinner now? Yeah, I got to go see Yuko. Wanna grab a seat?
私はさっき食べたよ今春子の私物を整理してきたところ
What the hell? Is my mic just low? Hold on. Can you hear me any better? Let me know if you could hear it any better. But sounds the same. What the hell happened? Okay, I'll go ahead and turn it down just a little bit more then. Okay, let's try that. How is that sounding? Hopefully it's clear and loud. I mean, it's kind of sucks now. What the heck? I haven't had issues, but I think it's just this song is agonizingly loud. It shouldn't sound the same, so hopefully it's better now. Okay, cool. I ate earlier. Ah, gotcha.
同期配属はもう私だけだからね
Thank you for letting me know,
や
though.
らないと
I'm the only one left from Squad 207A now. It's the least I could do. I didn't even think about that. Everyone else who graduated Suzumi is gone.
あかねちゃん、なんか飲んでいくかい。おばちゃんが
You want a drink? It's on the
ご
house.
ちそうしてやるよ
Really?
じゃあ合成オレンジジュース
One synthetic orange juice, please.
はいよ、今用意するからね。
Coming right up. You, Takaru? I'll have the deep fried synthetic whale special.
違うよ、飲み物だよ。メニューは合
Not
成
so
生姜
fast. You're getting a synthetic ginger pork and
合成
Chinese
中華
rice
丼で
bowl.
決まってるんだよ。
What? 2 entries? I don't know about entrees. Don't know about that.
タイと春子が好きだったメニューなんだよ
Those were Asumi's and Haruko's favorite. Huh?
タイが生姜焼き春子が中華丼
The captain liked the pork. Haruko liked the rice. You don't say.
だからさっきみんなが食べたのも同じ
We all have the same things earlier. She wants us to have their portions too. Oh, so it's not just me then.
そういうこと。さあ飲み物さっさと決めなよ。
That's right. Now order the, now hurry up and order the drinks. So this is Kyozuka's way of cope, huh? Okay, I'll have synthetic green tea then.
はいよ。すぐやるから待ってな。
You got it. Be ready for all 2 shakes then.
ねえ後ろがね
Shirogane, did you know? Know about
お
what?
ばちゃん誰かが戦死するたびにこうやって死んだ仲間の好物を部隊の人に食べさせるんだよ
Whenever someone gets killed in a group, Miss Kyozuka will make their unit eat whatever until their favorite meal was. I didn't.
後ろがね神宮寺軍曹の時は前線任務だったから
Thank
初め
you.
てだよねこういうの
No, that's beautifully stated. I guess this is your first time, isn't it? Since you were on a special mission after all. Right.
神宮寺軍曹の時はね合成豚角煮
When she died, we had to eat synthetic pork belly. So that was Jinkuji's favorite, huh?
おばちゃんあの時戦死した築地ってこの好物と一緒に私たちにも合成
Another girl named Skiji died the same day, but we were already eating that food. So Kizuka had us eat the synthetic pork belly as well.
A01 部隊は全員軍曹の教え子だから
It was a special occasion, since all of us in AO1 had been our students in the past.
おばちゃんのああいう気持ちって
It made me happy that Kizuka would do this for us.
はいよ。待たせたね。
Sorry for the wait. Oh, that was fast.
バカにするんじゃないよ。注文は分かってんだ。
Who do you think I am? I already knew your order, so cooking up one portion of it's not trouble. You've specifically cooked 2 portions, though.
なんだいなんだい。二人とも信じ
What's
てさ
going on here? You all got some awful gloomy faces. No, we're not really. It's
そう
just
だよちょっといい話してただけだってば
we're doing fine. We're just
言い
talking.
訳するんじゃないよ。みちるちゃんもはるこちゃんも頑張ったんだろ。
No excuses. Michiru and Haruko worked their tails off, you know.
だったらパーッと騒いで送り出すくらいの気持ちでいてやんな。
So you can at least party hard in their place. Don't you think that's going too far?
だよ。あんただって自分が死んだ時みんなが暗く落ち込んでたら嫌だろ。
Like hell it is. You want everyone to get all out of sorts when you die? I mean, I'd like them to be a little sad, but
何情けないこと言ってるんだよあんたは。
if you don't quit crying, I'm gonna give you something to cry about. Kizuka, I was kidding. Take it easy on me, would you?
そうだったのか。
Where are you now?
やだね
Well, I'm afraid I just can't understand when you're being serious or not. Ah,
そうやって笑ってる
now
のが
that's more like it. Laughter's the best medicine there is, after all. Yeah, sure. Laugh it up.
さあさとっとと持ってって冷めないうちにお食べよ。
Alright, take your food and eat it up before it gets cold. I ain't responsible for what happens to you. I know.
ねえ後ろがね
What's up?
機密事項だったら答えなくていいんだ
I know this is classified, but what?
あのさ白金と三剣は春子と一緒だったでし
You
ょ
and Mitsurugi with with Haruko, right?
春
Right.
子と最後にどんな交信したのかなって気になってさ
I was curious what your last correspondence was like. Right. Suzumi and the other girls broke off long before that went down. She got the chance to say her goodbyes to Suzumi, but never had that chance to Kashiwagi. I still feel horrible for having to leave her back there, but she made the right decision. She did what was best for the mission, for humanity, for the captain, for her family. I have to tell her.
だけど任務に支障がない限りそれが誰であっても私は助けるから
Even if Suzumiya hates me for letting Kashiwagi go, it's the right thing to do.
別に辛かったら無理に話さなくていいんだよ
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, I understand. No. Kashiwagi was amazing.
うん
Our jump unit was damaged during the combat and started leaking propellant.
そうだったんだ
She told us it would still go on without her because she would slow us down.
春子らしいねそれ
I remember you guys arguing about the same scenario too.
もうそれはいいじゃないそれで続きは
So what happened next? Maya offered to let her ride in her TSF, but Kashiwagi said it would just be a waste. She reminded Maya that it was her job to protect me.
それも春子らしいな
That's like her too. She told us not to worry and that she just hitched a ride in the captain's TSF before heading back. To be honest, I was mad at her at the time. I started yelling. But in retrospect, I think that going back was her way of making sure we had no reason to hesitate.
そうだね
And to think that just a few days ago, she was just telling us that we couldn't save anyone who got cut from the team. And yet off she went back to protect the captain. First Lieutenant Suzumi had told me that Kashiwagi was instructed to escape on her own after the beta surrendered to Sono. but she ignored her orders and waited for the captain, and that's when she died. Can you believe that? And you know what she said to Maya? She said, Mitsuruki, this mission comes first, and I'm your senior officer, and this is an order.
ずるいよハルコ。
I don't know if I should say that, but man, she was a show-off until the end, huh?
そうだね。
No one kidding. She was incredible, huh?
すごい勝手だ。
Incredibly selfish. You okay?
白金
Thank you, Shirogane, for telling me what happened to her.
教えてくれて。
It means a lot. Don't mention it.
ごめん。私行く。
I have to go, huh?
もう無理。一人で泣く。
I can't hold it back anymore. I need to go cry. Suzumi, that's not fair. You can't just take off after putting me in the mood.
あれタケルじゃない
Was that you, Takaru?
本当だ。 タケル
Oh, hey guys.
今夕食大変だったわね
You're only just now eating dinner?
副司令のお話が長くなったのであろう
You must have spent quite a time speaking with the XO. I thought you guys were out visiting Jakushi's grave.
そうよ私たちの本当の初陣の
We were. We went to tell her all about our first battle.
ごめんなさい。タケルさんを待って
We
いた
tried to
んで
wait
す
for
け
you,
ど
but yeah, it's fine. These things always take forever, so you guys wouldn't have been sitting around all afternoon.
タケル目が赤いよ
Hey, your eyes are red. Are you crying?
タケルそなた
Are you... Look what you did, Susumiya. Nope, you're seeing things. Cheer up. Well, what about you guys? Your noses are stuffed too.
そんなことないわよね
You're hearing things.
うんそうですよ
Yeah, we're fine.
すごく泣いてた。
No, we cried like children. Some surface parts we,
あなたね
Ayamane, why are you like this? Man, Ayamane didn't waste a single second before stabbing her in the back.
最初こそは良かったのだがタイや柏木の思い出話に入ったあたりから
We were fine at first, but once we began speaking of Kashiwagi and the captain, it was increasingly difficult to maintain composure. So they were trying to mourn the surface pilot
三
way.
剣の話が致命的だった。
Mitsurugi pushed us over the edge.
そうですね。あそこからですね。
Then after that, it was too hard to handle. What did Maya say? There's no way she started talking about her in the Shogun,
メイヤ
right?
さんが最後にタイから言われた言葉や春子さんとの別れ際の
Once
話を
Maya
聞
started
いてた
talking
ら
about the search and the captain and Haruko's last
我慢で
words,
きなくなっちゃった
we
よ
couldn't hold it together. Don't make yourself cry again.
タケルさん、そのくらい仕方ないじゃないですか。
We can't help it. Oh wow, Tama did actually snap at me for once. I don't think she's mad, but still. You're right, sorry.
考えてみるがよいタイが私たちの上官だったの
Consider for a moment that the
たった
captain
の
was only
2
our
週間
commander
ほ
for
どで
2
しかなかっ
weeks.
たのだだが最後の通信で皆にかけた言
And
葉
yet she was able to identify
私
the
た
things
ち
we
一
needed
人
to
一
hear
人の
during
問
her
題点を
final
的
ever
確に指摘していた
transmission.
であろう
Pretty crazy.
神宮寺軍曹からの申し送りがあったとしても
I know Jinguji must have told her a lot about us beforehand, but this was more than
だ
that.
ってあれはタイ自身の
That
言葉だ
advice was clearly based on her own observation. I think so too.
私はあの言葉のすべてが
I can't help but
自身
think
の
that every
経
word
験
she
に
said
基
was
づくも
grounded
の
in
だ
her
と
own
思えてなら
experience.
経験に基づく言葉というのは一般論や正論にはない重さを感じるものだ
And advice found in her first-hand
タイの
knowledge
言葉にはそれがあった
carries a weight that mere logic and generalized wisdom cannot, and I sense that in the captain's words. I guess that means Tsumi wasn't always such a role model then,
で
eh?
も、それを努力で克服したってことで
Yeah, but it
もあ
also
る
means she worked her way past struggle. The captain always came off as the kind of person who was perfect from the day she was born, but maybe it took a lot of effort to get where she was at. She did hint from time to time, to come to think of it, that I guess I just assumed she was being modest.
少なくとも5年後までに私たちがタイと同じくらいになっていないと。
So we started saying that we really need to be in shape for the next 5 years, or we'll never be able to face Asumi again. Why 5
タ
years?
イは僕たちより5歳年上でしょだからそれまでに追いつかな
She's
きゃ
5 years older than us, remember? We gotta make sure we catch up to her.
まあそんな話をしているうち
And
に
that was when we all lost our composure. Well, the funny thing is, I went through something pretty similar. I was just telling Suzumi about the last time we saw Kashiwagi. I was trying to keep a straight face, but once I heard Suzumi getting choked up, couldn't hold it back. She was trying so hard not to cry, and then I started to tear up too.
柏木は同期で任官した A 分隊で最後
But
の
it's
一人だ
understandable.
ったから
Kashiwagi was the last remaining member of her class.
柏木の私物整理するって言ってたしね
Akane was telling me earlier that she had to put Kashiwagi's things in order.
じゃあ結局タケルも
So
泣
you
い
were
たんじゃないか
Yeah, maybe, but she's the one who made me.
男らしくないな何茜さんのせいにしてるんだよ
Man up, Takaru. You can't blame it all on Akane.
そうですよ。鈴宮さん
That's
か
not
わ
fair
い
to
そうですよ。
Suzumiya. I wasn't saying it wasn't her fault, I'm just telling you what
それ
happened.
が真実であれそこは男としてそなたが被るべきだと
Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of short, I have school. Starts tomorrow. Long forking quarter. But all the same, I'm gonna attempt to go ahead and be streaming. Mondays are my worst days of school. That's like legit where I have all classes and I'm overloading. So expect to stream probably every single day that's not Monday. But since tomorrow is day 1, I'm assuming that I won't have too much homework. So, no, I don't go back. I'm just, it's online. But I have Zoom for like 6 hours straight. From 3 in the afternoon till 9:30. All my classes are all in one block. So yeah, not too great. One of my classes actually overseas, so I don't know how that's gonna work. We're gonna use a time turner. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thank you for wishing me luck. I'll hopefully be back tomorrow, but if not, Tuesday. Thank you guys again, and I will see you then.